Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones.
And I'm Peter Dubois. This morning, Democratic lawmakers unveiled a bill that would expand abortion access throughout the state.
In response, Republican lawmakers held a press conference to voice their opposition. Devin Dagnall starts us off tonight.
20 Maine state senators and 76 state representatives have co-sponsored Governor Janet Mills' bill to expand abortion access.
So LD 1619 is an effort for Maine to recognize that the decision to have an abortion is a deeply personal and clinical one, best decided between a healthcare provider and the individual concerned.
LD 1619 has been in the works since January of this year after the governor was inspired by the story of Dana Pierce, who had to seek an abortion out of state after she discovered her child was suffering from a deadly form of skeletal dysplasia. Titled An Act to Improve Maine's Reproductive Privacy Laws, the bills would allow for an abortion at any point in pregnancy as long as it is approved by a physician.
It's shocking that there's no reason. It's abortion up to the moment of live birth for no reason.
Abortions don't happen without a reason. There's very deep and personal decisions, personal reasons that people have for the decisions they make.
At the press conference Maine Republicans held in opposition to the proposed legislation, Senator Lisa Keim of Oxford referred to the bill as barbaric and stated it is not what Mainers want.
As was stated, many polls show that Mainers are opposed to late-term abortion in a very large percentage, like almost 70% or above 60% of Mainers.
An exact date has not been selected, but the bill will be presented to the Judiciary Committee within the next few weeks. In Augusta, Devin Dagnall, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Governor Mills announced her administration will use a $24 million federal grant to strengthen Maine's early childhood support system. The grant will enhance early childhood services for children 5 years and younger. It includes expanded outreach programming to families with young children, pilot projects to improve accessibility to pre-K, professional development for childhood educators, and financial support for child care providers. The grant will also support the development of an early childhood integrated data system to make data-driven decisions and policies to benefit Maine children.
Well, the Health and Human Services Committee took up a bill that aims to improve transportation services for Maine Care patients with multiple disabilities. Presented by Republican Representative Michael Lamellin of Chelsea during a public hearing, the bill would ensure vehicles carrying Maine Care members would be required to have the proper equipment that accommodates their disabilities. The proposed bill would also ensure that drivers assisting Maine Care patients would undergo proper training should there be an emergency. Representative Lamellin says he's presenting this bill for the parents like himself that struggle with this problem on a daily basis.
The bill is for all the other parents who are not as strong of advocates as I am. See, I have gone to the provider and had them make some changes, not all the changes, but I know other parents, they don't know how to do that.
The committee raised concerns regarding tracking of the vehicles. Representative Lamellin plans to take today's committee feedback to the next workshop session.
A proposed bond backed by a statewide coalition would provide funding for Maine's trails. Our Matthew Jurancic has more.
Organizations including Maine Outdoor Brands and the Natural Resources Council of Maine, as well as the towns of Rumford and South Berwick, were joined by lawmakers to push for legislation to design, develop, and maintain trails statewide.
Supporting LD 1156 is critical to advancing Maine's trails and economic development. It represents an investment that will pay dividends for years and generations to come.
The bill was introduced by Democratic Representative Jessica Fay of Raymond and Republican Senator Russell Blagg of Wilton. It would provide $30 million in grants for organizations to continue improving and protecting trails statewide. Funding would be provided over a 4-year period, where recipients would be required to match at least 20% in contributions.
Outdoor recreation is a really big piece of our state's economy, right? And it's part of our outdoor brand. We need to continue to see investments in the outdoor recreation space, and the Maine Trails Bond would be a really big boost to our broader outdoor recreation economy.
The Maine Trails Bond is significant in numerous ways, as it's not only received support from businesses and organizations across the state, but it's also the first bill of its kind to receive funding for trails statewide.
In fact, the state of Maine doesn't invest anything in our trails, really.
According to the Bureau of Economic Analysis, outdoor recreation contributes more than $2.8 billion to Maine's economy. Rumford's Economic Development Director George O'Keefe says it's time for the state to recognize the importance of its environment.
We should be able to have more recreation and all of the associated economic benefits that come along with that. And right now we don't have enough of that, and we should have more. And it's an underdeveloped portion of our economy.
The bill is expected to have a public hearing with the Appropriations Committee by the end of April. In Augusta, Matthew Juronsik reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, members of Bangor Public Works spent the day cleaning up the site of the former Valley Avenue homeless encampment, which was vacated yesterday. The cleanup efforts come after occupants of the encampment were ordered by the city to move out. Several organizations partnered with the city to provide those individuals with housing vouchers and other resources. Some of the occupants told us yesterday that they were able to find permanent and temporary housing solutions thanks to those resources. The city announced Valley Avenue will be closed again tomorrow from the 14th Street extension to Bruce Road starting at 7 a.m. The road, though, is expected to be reopened by late afternoon.
Meanwhile, there's growing frustration in Portland over homeless encampments that have taken over part of the Bayside Trail. The city now says the encampment is no longer safe for the public or the people staying there, and plans are in the works to remove it. Brad Rogers tells us more.
A few years ago, Sarah Double had a job and an apartment.
You had an apartment. What happened?
I got evicted for letting people stay with me that were out here that I was trying to help.
Most recently, she stayed at a hotel being used as a temporary shelter.
I was at the extended stay, but they stopped funding it.
After being evicted, she ended up here.
Yeah, they should have kept the funding for the hotels. That was helping for all of us. You know, we're all out here and we're dirty and we're living out here and we're scavenging to survive.
A federal court ruling stops cities from removing encampments if there's not enough space in local shelters, which is the case in Portland. However, a city ordinance says if an encampment is found to be unsafe, it can be removed.
We do agree at this point that it is no longer safe. It's not safe for the people who were there. It's not safe for the general public. And so we are putting a plan in place to begin removal of the items there and to make sure that people know that they cannot camp there.
Families and businesses near the encampment say it's about time.
This past 6 months, it's gotten worse as far as the number of people, as far as the things that we see.
Ed says he and his wife can see the tents and mounds of trash from their apartment.
It's just a mess. It's really sad.
We spoke to several campers. Some are chronically homeless, some became homeless when hotel shelters closed, and many have an addiction problem. City Communications Director Jessica Grondin says outreach workers will let people know they can no longer camp here. She says the first priority will be to let them know even though shelters are full, there are still places they can go so they don't have to camp.
We have other shelters like Milestone where people, can potentially go if they have other issues that they're dealing with.
Sarah Double told us this is the last place she wants to be, but says she had no other choice.
It's dirty out here and not much resources. Medical comes out a lot. It's not good. The only good thing is that they give us food.
That was Brad Rogers reporting. As we take a look outdoors now, just another great day out there today, but those gusty winds making things feel a little bit colder out there.
You know, they kicked off really late last night,
Yeah.
Took the pooches out one more time before, turning in, and there were gusty winds as of midnight-ish, that just kind of whipped right up in my face as I was trying to walk.
Yeah.
And it certainly carried throughout the day, but, all in all, we are just in for a really nice stretch of weather.
Absolutely.
And with a little bit more on that, let's take a first look at our forecast.
Thank you so much, Beth. What a mild start to the morning. I did have a little sweater out there today, but we did have some pretty mild temperatures earlier this morning. 47 degrees in town, upper 40s to even lower 50s by the coast and up north, though, of course, thicker snowpack, and we're looking at 30s and even some 40s, but the snow is going to continue to melt every single day. Well, 50s, 60s down the board here, and then where there's some snow, we're looking at 40s and 50s, but still Millinocket 55 degrees. That snow will very, very quickly melt away the next couple of days. It's also windy, though. We do have mostly a north wind now, 15 miles an hour here in town. Greenville, 17. So we do have some pockets, some pretty stronger winds, wind gusts closer to 25 to even 30 in some spots. The coast, though, though, not looking too bad. We do have light breezes in Bar Harbor, Machias, Rockland, down the board, so really not too bad with the winds by the coast today. No warnings, no advisories have been posted as well. We are pretty clear as well. We just had a few passing clouds. A couple of sprinkles are showing up here just west of the state, but here in our state, though, not much going on. Temperatures, though, tonight will continue cooling off, hovering in those mid-30s. Beth?
All righty, Conrad. Thanks so much.
Yeah, and still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, a nonprofit launches a fundraising campaign to keep Bangor's Dakin Pool open. We'll have the details.
And there's a big prize for anyone who can bring a Maine museum a piece of a meteorite that fell in northern Maine. Those stories and more local news when we come right back.
We've got your back, road warriors, because we know you're picking up the pace. Steering life at 10 and 2. You're hitting the road, and we're helping you get there with confidence. So skip the counter without missing a beat. Choose any car in the aisle and be the boss of you. Go national. Go like a pro.
I brought in Ensure Max Protein with 30 grams of protein. Those who tried me felt more energy in just 2 weeks. Here, I'll take that.
Ensure Max Protein with 30 grams of protein, 1 gram of sugar, and nutrients for immune health.
Time to get to the Toyota Spring Sales Event for affordable 3.99% financing on most four-wheel drive Tacoma models. So come get your savings, then get out there. Toyota, let's go places.
We're coming up there! See you never!
Gordon Ramsay does not do losing.
Hurry up! Hurry up!
We on Next Level Chef, baby. Next Level Chef, Thursday on Fox.
Coming up on Good Morning Maine, we'll have our weekly live interview segment with Catherine Ravenscraft from Bangor Humane Society with our Pet of the Week. Plus, we'll have an update regarding the encampment clearing that occurred Wednesday on Valley Avenue in Bangor. Plus, all the latest details about the Efficiency Maine developments coming up on Good Morning Maine.
Welcome back. A nonprofit is launching a fundraising campaign in an effort to keep Bangor's Dakin Pool open for the summer season. The Friends of Dakin Pool campaign aims to raise $160,000 in total. Senator Joe Baldacci, who serves on the organization's board of directors, says that money would be spent on capital improvements as well as operation costs. It will also be used to train and hire enough lifeguards to fully staff the pool. Last year, the city considered closing the pool for the summer season altogether due to lifeguard staffing shortages, an issue the organization hopes to avoid going forward.
It's a resource. It's taught thousands of kids how to swim. It's been a resource for the community. We want to avoid it being closed. It's a recreational opportunity. It should be available to the whole East Side neighborhood.
Baldacci encouraged residents and businesses to donate what they can to keep the community pool open. To donate or learn more about the campaign, you can visit the Friends of Dakin Pool Facebook page.
Well, it sounds like something out of a science fiction movie, but it's actually real. Somewhere in a remote stretch of forest in far northern Maine, rocks from space crashed to Earth Saturday and may be scattered across the ground just waiting to be picked up. A Maine museum is now offering a $25,000 prize to the first meteorite hunters to deliver a specimen of a certain size. The can likely be recovered in an area near Waite, Maine, which is a tiny town on the Canadian border. You can see the approximate location on the map that is right there on your screen. Daryl Pitt of the Maine Mineral and Gem Museum in Bethel says the unusually bright fireball could be seen in broad daylight. NASA even said the meteorite fall was observed on radar.
I was very excited. Fireballs are relatively unusual events, witnessed fireballs. A daytime fireball that's seen is all the more rare still, to be able to see this incandescence in bright daylight. So we knew from that alone that it was a large event.
Pitt says the first lucky hunters to bring in a 1 kilogram or 2.2 pound specimen will win the big prize, so long as it is confirmed to be a meteorite by their research department. But the road to riches could be a little tough.
The meteorites fell in a really tough place. There have been tougher, certainly, but this is not easy. And that's in part why the $25,000 reward was offered. To motivate more people to get out there. And the more people that are out there, the greater the likelihood that someone's going to find one. It's kind of like a Powerball situation, but your odds are potentially better. In fact, strike that. Your odds are much better here.
Indeed. Well, Pitt elaborated on what folks should be looking for if they go meteorite hunting. He says, first of all, you should be looking for a good time. Right. And then beyond that, keep your eyes peeled for a rock that will most likely be black and will have a fusion crust. That's the result of frictional heating in the Earth's atmosphere. It will also likely be smooth, and there might be some elongated thumbprint looking markings on that rock. Good luck to all you adventurers out there. Go get it.
Wow, so really cool to hear, just kind of the description of what that might look like. It makes you think that a lot of people might be inspired to go out and maybe take a drive, go visit a part of the state that they've never been to
Or the
before.
people who are in the area.
Exactly.
I mean, those people know the terrain, know the area. They could probably look at that map and figure out exactly where it happened.
Right.
So you just never know. It'll be interesting to see who comes up with what, if anything.
Yeah, and I hope that someone finds some remnants of that meteorite, because it's just so fascinating and feels kind of lucky that it happened right here in Maine. And I love how he described that too.
It's definitely unique,
yeah.
And you hope that they get a piece of that for their museum.
Absolutely. Well, coming up on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, the 911 calls made in the mass shooting at a Louisville bank have been released.
And we'll have the new details those recordings have revealed. More of your national news as well coming up.
Paramount Paving, Maine's go-to for all your paving and seal coating. Paramount Paving offers commercial and residential paving and seal coating services throughout eastern and central Maine. Give us a call for a free estimate today. Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
Chevy Silverado and new Silverado HD. Choose your own path with the #1 best-selling retail full-size pickup and see where it takes you. Find new roads. It's Chevy truck season. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups, or current Chevy owners get $3,750 total cash allowance on all 2023 Silverado pickups with a turbo high output engine. Visit your Maine Chevy dealer.
Talk to me, I'll speak to you. Can you listen to the sound?
Call Jill.
It's your journey. Own every mile in the Hyundai Santa Fe with America's best warranty.
Lease a Santa Fe for $249 a month, or get 0% APR for 48 months, or $1,250 bonus cash. See your Bangor Hyundai dealer.
Your favorite restaurants for half off. It's half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7. Go to foxbangor.com, click on half off dining, and start saving now.
Hi, this is Jason.
And this is Jessica from Tossie's Checkout,
A family-owned business located in Glenburn.
inviting you to come experience that welcoming hometown feeling when you're visiting our neck of the woods.
Come check us out.
Great restaurants from all over Eastern Maine at half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7.
Here at the Eddington Store, we have what you're craving. From Holton Dairy Farm products to our daily breakfast, lunch, and dinner specials. Did I mention we have fresh cut meats? From hamburger to steaks and even fresh produce, we have what you're craving. And while you're here, don't forget your ice cream at the Dairy Bar and homemade whoopie pies. Are you low on fuel? We offer gas, diesel, and propane too. The Eddington Store, for more than your average convenience store. We look forward to seeing you.
Paramount Paving, Maine's go-to for all your paving and seal coating. Paramount Paving offers commercial and residential paving and seal coating services throughout eastern and central Maine. Give us a call for a free estimate today. Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
A Memphis commission voted Wednesday to reinstate a Tennessee representative back to the state house less than a week after he was voted out for siding with gun control protesters who disrupted the legislature's session. Fox's Madeline Rivera has the story.
You can't expel hope. Yeah! You know, expel you can't expel our voice.
A defiant and joyful Justin Pearson after local government officials in Memphis moved to return the Tennessee lawmaker back to the state house. The vote to restore him to his position passing unanimously.
Let's get back to work. Yeah!
Pearson is one of 2 black Democrats who were expelled from their seats last week by the Republican-dominated chamber. They were removed for joining with protesters on the House floor to call for gun reform after a mass school shooting in Nashville left 3 adults and 3 children dead. Representative Justin Jones is also back after the Nashville Metropolitan Council voted to reinstate him on Monday. The drama thrust the state into the national spotlight and may have elevated their push for more gun control measures. Tennessee's Republican Governor Bill Lee announced he'd sign an executive order that would in part tighten background checks. He's also asking the state legislature to pass an order of protection law to separate dangerous people from firearms, though he stopped short of calling it a red flag law, a measure some Republicans have been hesitant to endorse.
The issue with red flag laws is that the U.S. citizen who somebody thinks might have mental health issues, their property is taken from them, and then they have to go to court to get their property back.
The reinstatements are temporary. Both Jones and Pearson will have to run in and win special elections to keep their seats in the coming months. In Washington, Madeline Rivera, Fox News.
Police have released the frantic 911 calls reporting the deadly shooting at a Louisville, Kentucky bank branch, including one from the gunman's own mother warning about the attack. The calls give more detail about how events unfolded inside. Fox's Garrett Tenney has more.
We have an active shooter in our building. He's an employee of Old National Bank. Get here now.
Louisville police releasing 911 calls of Monday's deadly shooting at the downtown branch of Old National Bank.
But I'm in a closet hiding. Is that shots fired? Yeah. Okay, just stay quiet. I can hear it.
You can hear the panic in the callers' voices as they alert authorities to the 25-year-old gunman who was an employee at the bank. One of the calls coming from his own mother, hoping to stop the shooting.
I don't know what to do. I need your help. I think he's never hurt anyone. He's a really good kid. We don't even own guns. I don't know where he would have gotten a gun.
But her call came in too late. Her son had already opened fire inside using an AR-15 rifle to kill multiple co-workers. Police arrived on the scene within 3 minutes of the first 911 call and exchanged fire with the suspect, killing him.
We are hurting, and we're gonna hurt for a while.
Meanwhile, the community is already beginning the process of healing. Hundreds attending an interfaith vigil Wednesday night to remember the victims and offer prayers for those injured, including 2 officers who were shot.
These were extraordinary people. They were loving, generous, and gifted.
Following this 15th mass shooting in the U.S., some are calling for change.
It does not matter whether you are a Republican or a Democrat, whether you live in urban spaces or rural communities, whether you own a gun or not. Please do something.
The gunman's family says he struggled with depression and anxiety, but that until Monday morning, there hadn't been any indication that something like this could happen. In Louisville, Kentucky, I'm Garrett Tenney, Fox News.
Meanwhile, crews are battling a massive fire at a recycling plant in eastern Indiana. Officials say the large column of smoke pouring from the fire is, quote, definitely toxic, prompting them to take measures to keep people in the area safe. Fox's David Lee Miller has more.
Firefighters in Indiana working around the clock to put out a massive fire at a plastics recycling plant in Richmond near the Ohio border.
We saw a little bit of smoke coming from right over there, just a little bit. Within about 10 minutes, it started to really spread.
A thick black plume of toxic smoke is pouring from the plant. Out of concern for nearby residents, officials ordered mandatory evacuations for thousands who live within a half-mile of the roaring fire. Beyond that, people who live downwind of the fire have been urged to shelter in place and keep animals inside. Area schools were canceled Wednesday. The city's mayor blaming the property owner, saying negligence put residents in danger.
This business owner had previously been cited by our Unsafe Building Commission and given an order to clean up the property. This person has been negligent and irresponsible, and it's led to putting a lot of people in danger today.
The inferno started Tuesday afternoon. The flames quickly spread to several buildings, consuming various types of plastic stored both inside and outside buildings, charring nearly all 14 acres.
There will definitely be toxins in smoke. Based on the age of the building, it's possible there could be asbestos-containing materials and some debris that would have left the site.
The blaze is expected to burn for days. Agents from the EPA and Indiana Department of Environmental Management are on site assessing air quality and monitoring for any potential hazards.
The health department's main concern at this point is the particulate matter. These are very fine particles, and if they're breathed in, can cause all kinds of respiratory problems.
An investigation is underway to determine the exact cause of the fire. In New York, David Lee Miller, Fox News.
Certainly a scary situation there. Well, still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, we'll have the latest on the aftermath of that major leak of Pentagon documents.
And in sports, Maine baseball is out to a blazing hot start in America East play, their best in program history. How do they feel about it? We'll hear from them. Stay with us.
They're relentless! It's starting to feel extremely targeted!
That one really likes you!
Animal Control, this Thursday on Fox.
Electrify Maine is Maine's #1 electrical contractor, providing outstanding electrical services to businesses, industries, and homes throughout the state. Electrify Maine also sells and installs heat pumps and is a licensed Generac dealer. Call us today for a free estimate.
A quality replacement window made with Fibrix material, which is twice as strong as vinyl, delivered through a stress-free process. Welcome to Renewal by Andersen. Get the peace of mind knowing Renewal by Andersen handles everything, from start to finish. With one call, you'll enjoy working with the best people, exclusive products, and a superior process.
It's the people.
It's the process.
It's the product.
Call now to get our exceptional signature service. This fantastic offer is available only for a limited time. Renewal by Andersen, the better way to a better window.
Healing Hands Massage in Hamden provides professional massage services tailored specifically for our clients. Healing Hands Massage offers a variety of different massage techniques and services. Healing Hands Massage also offers spa services such as facials, body scrubs, and paraffin wax for the hands and feet. Are you looking for a day of relaxation? Healing Hands Massage offers outstanding packages at reasonable rates. Whether you're looking for relief from chronic pain, stiffness, or just want to treat yourself to a day of relaxation, Healing Hands Massage is the place for you.
A perfectly poached egg, English muffin, shredded beef, and roasted peppers, creamy hollandaise. New Eggs Benedicts in 4 delicious flavors, only from IHOP. Download the app and earn free food with every order.
At Hashi's Auto Enhancing, our focus is on the appearance, longevity, and value of your vehicle. Does your undercarriage look like this? You can go from this to this. And if you have a new vehicle, you can avoid this. Our annual undercoating service will add years of life to your vehicle. At Hashi's, we also do rhino linings. We can rhino rocker panels, bumpers, trailers, side-by-sides, and more. We take pride in making your ride shine inside and out. Book one of our detailing packages.
Bring your ride to us to protect your investment.
I'm looking for a partner that I can invest $250,000 in. I'm looking for my next food star.
I want to be national.
The person who I'll be investing in is
Gordon Ramsay's Food Stars. Premieres Wednesday, May 24th on Fox.
Electrify Maine is Maine's #1 electrical contractor, providing outstanding electrical services to businesses, industries, and homes throughout the state. Electrify Maine also sells and installs heat pumps and is a licensed Generac dealer. Call us today for a free estimate.
The Biden administration is engaged in full-on damage control following the leak of classified documents from the Pentagon. Harmful information is already out there, and more is expected to be released. Fox's Jennifer Griffin has the latest on the investigation.
Senior U.S. officials have been working overtime, reaching out to U.S. allies to make amends for the untimely breach, as the Chinese government uses the leak to embarrass the U.S. and fuel distrust among U.S. allies.
The leaked military documents clearly show that the U.S. is deeply involved in the Ukraine crisis and that the U.S. has long used its technological advantage to conduct indiscriminate secret theft, eavesdropping, and spying on all countries in the world, including its allies.
One of the leaked documents outlines how many U.S. troops are in Ukraine, 14, mostly to provide VIP security at the U.S. Embassy.
There is a small U.S. military presence at the embassy in conjunction with the defense attaché's office to help us work on accountability of the material that is going in and out of Ukraine.
Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin met today at the Pentagon with Ukraine's prime minister. He ignored shouted questions about the classified leaks, which included withering battlefield assessments that many fear could harm Ukraine's spring offensive.
Thank you, Press. We're leaving now. No questions. Thank you, Press. We're leaving now. Thank you.
The hunt is on for the person or group who put these 53 classified documents on the internet. The culprit left enough seemingly amateurish clues that the intelligence community and Justice Department hope to narrow the pool quickly and bring charges.
We don't know who did this, we don't know for what reason, and we don't know what else this individual or individuals might have and might still release.
Pentagon officials remain frustrated. The leak is creating another distraction while the U.S. tries to counter China and Russia in Taiwan and Ukraine. Discord, the website where the classified documents were first posted, told Fox in a statement that they are cooperating with law enforcement involved in the investigation. At the Pentagon, Jennifer Griffin, Fox News.
You may not think anything of it when you charge your battery for your phone before you board a plane, but the FBI says those free phone chargers at the airport are an easy way for hackers to tap into all of your phone's data. It's called juice jacking, and tech experts say those free charging stations could end up costing you a whole lot. Fox's Caroline Shively reports from Washington.
Have you heard of juice jacking? Cybercriminals sure have.
The prevalence of this is growing exponentially right now.
The FBI's Denver office recently tweeted a warning to avoid free charging stations in airports, hotels, and shopping centers because criminals are using public USB ports to introduce malware and monitoring software onto devices. That malware can export your private information straight to a hacker.
Every time you go to your bank, every time you use a credit card to go shopping, they're going to capture all that until they have this rich and juicy file on you.
For security, I always use my mobile hotspot so it connects to my phone and it's password protected. And it's a very long password so no one can get in. And then I always plug in with just the AC cable.
To avoid getting your juice jacked, use an AC power outlet instead. If you do use a USB port and a prompt appeared asking share data or charge only, always select charge only. You can also use a charging only cable, which prevents sending or receiving data.
Today I'm actually at Raleigh-Durham Airport. No matter where you go, there's something you can plug into. And unfortunately, this is kind of like a virus.
One expert says USB data blockers sold online can work.
It also means the bad guys, the hackers, the bad girls are out there. They have a hold of it now. Now they start figuring out ways around it.
Public Wi-Fi is another way cyber criminals can target you. So if you're transmitting sensitive information, the FCC says use your data plan instead. Caroline Shively, Fox News.
Such important tips there.
Yeah, great things to keep in mind. You really never think when you see those free chargers anything of it. It seems like such an innocent thing to do, to just plug your phone in.
Right.
You never think that that would be opening access to all of your information.
You really just have to think of everything these days. You really just can't be too careful, especially in the public sphere.
Yep.
Alrighty, folks. Well, the full 5-day is coming up. Stay with us for a full check of your forecast.
And spring-like temperatures are finally back. We had temperatures in the 50s, even some 60s just west of town. Warmer temperatures will be rolling on in. When? The big question is, how warm will it get? I'll have the answers and more coming up.
Single, double, triple, homer.
If any Sox player hits for the cycle starting July 31st, it'll all be free.
You can do it.
Say goodbye to lag times and death spirals with our crazy fast fiber internet. At GoNet Speed, we've dropped our prices on fiber. That means hello to fast fiber internet starting at just $49.95 per month. Or go up to 1 gig, that's 1,000 megabits per second, for only $69.95 a month. The lowest prices we've ever offered. No contract, no hidden fees, no joke. Visit GoNetspeed.com to check availability in your area.
Finding the right vehicle for you and your family can be a daunting task. At Varney Buick GMC, our expert staff is here to make the journey as painless as possible. Our goal is to get you and your family in a vehicle that will best fit into your lifestyle. Communication is key, and our team makes sure to be completely transparent throughout the process, informing you on all of your options. Come experience Varney value, only at Varney Buick GMC.
Why do thousands of customers take the drive to Newport for all their shoes? Because Comfort Shoes and More has the styles you want, and they also have trained podorthists on staff to help you with all your footwear and arch support issues. We provide free foot evaluations by people who care about fitting you with the most comfortable shoes you will ever own. We have shoes in stock up to 6C and size 17, from safety shoes and boots, running, walking, casual or dress. We have it all at Comfort Shoes and More, 19 Moosehead Trail in Newport, across from Irving.
Rafi, did you know there were 5 cycles hit last year alone? Think you could do it?
I want to try.
Buy anything at Jordan's now, and if any Sox player hits for the cycle starting July 31st, it'll all be free. Experience the cycle at Jordan's.
Matt Riddle has joined the battle against the Bloodline. With the odds even, do the Usos need a new game plan? It's an all-new Friday Night SmackDown, live at 8, 7 Central on Fox.
And welcome back, folks. Happy Wednesday. What a wonderful day. Finally feels like spring outside. Our main weather is brought to you by Diversified Ink Tattoo Studios in Penobscot Plaza in Bangor, providing custom ink by licensed artists for over 20 years. Folks, get ready. Warmer temperatures will be moving on in. Take a look at all of this heat. 90s in Nebraska, but the most interesting part, look at Minneapolis. Those are correct numbers. Those aren't any typos. 88 degrees in Minneapolis right now. Wow, that is absolutely mind-blowing how warm it is. Records being broken everywhere. Midwest, upper Midwest, Chicago in the 80s, close to 90s. New York City will be close to 90 degrees tomorrow, so massive warm air is continuing to make its way in. We did have pretty chilly temperatures not that long ago. Look at April Fool's area. 40s, 30s, so it felt cold, more like winter just a week and a half ago, and then 50s, and then back to 30s, and then we really went on this up and down type of trend, but really making its way up the last couple of days, and this is just the start, folks. The next couple of days, even warmer temperatures will be moving in. Our average high should be around 52 degrees. Look at tomorrow, wonderful, 66, and then Friday, much nicer. 70s will be back in some spots, and then we slowly cool off by beginning of next week. We're looking at more near average weather, but still enjoy the next couple of days. Wow. Really nice weather will continue to stick around, and lots of sunshine as well. Kind of like today, not much going on, just a few sprinkles in the most western part of the state, but overall, though, for the most part, most of that was not reaching the ground. A couple of thunderstorms and rain showers down south by New Orleans. Also into Florida, we're looking at a couple of rain showers. That's why temperatures are pretty chilly in Florida. We're talking 70s. For them, it's a little chilly. For us, we would love some 70s. But the next couple of days for us, we'll have some pretty dry weather. And then maybe in like 4 days, we're looking at more chances of rain. So we're looking at Thursday, Friday into Saturday. Pretty clear, and then maybe Monday it gets a little bit more interesting with the rain. And waves not looking bad, 2, 3, maybe 5 foot waves in some spots. So today and tomorrow and the next day is a really good time to go outside, enjoy the water and the weather as well. Tonight, temperatures will be in those mid-30s, mostly clear skies. Really nice night to go outside, enjoy the stars with those light breezes, but put on a sweater. We will have temperatures back in the 30s. Tomorrow, though, a beautiful rebound in temperatures. We'll have a high around 66 degrees, partly cloudy skies, and a light breeze once again out of the southwest, only gusting up to 10, maybe 15 miles an hour. Our extended forecast outlook does show a dry weather pattern the next several days, warm temperatures, and then more chances of rain Sunday night into Monday. Temperatures cooling back off near average and in those mid-50s. Beth?
Alrighty. Wow. Looking
Do you think
great.
we'll hit 70? I'm hoping we do.
I think it's a definite possibility. I think it'll definitely feel like 70, even if we're technically a degree or two off.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
Yep, really looking forward to that.
Alrighty.
Well, sports with Tyler Cruz is coming right up. Stay with us.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
From the land to the sea, Chase's Family Restaurant is the place to be.
Are you looking for a place to unwind after a long day?
Then come check out our Hideaway Lounge.
With a bar that's both upbeat and laid back. And it's the perfect atmosphere for anyone who wants to unwind after work.
Or kick it up for the weekends with daily drink specials and a full dinner menu.
You can fill up on a good time any night of the week.
Thank you for being a part of our family.
Here at Chase's Family Restaurant.
The lives we lead, the journey that defines us, the dedication, passion, and teamwork in everything we do, driven by the things we love. From the visions that lead us, the feelings that inspire us, to the roads that bring us together, Coastal Auto Parts, 29 locations in Maine, will get you to the moments that matter most. Get what you need to keep you firing on all cylinders when you sign up for Napa Rewards. Coastal Auto Parts is owned and operated by a Maine family that cares.
Time to get to the Toyota Spring Sales Event for affordable 3.99% financing on an all-wheel drive RAV4. So come get your savings, then get out there. Toyota, let's go places.
I brought in Ensure Max Protein with 30 grams of protein.
Those who tried me felt more energy in just 2 weeks. Here, I'll take that.
Ensure Max Protein with 30 grams of protein, 1 gram of sugar, and nutrients for immune health.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Tonight's Sports is brought to you by Herman Motor Company. Whether you're looking for a new vehicle or to have your current vehicle serviced or detailed, Herman Motor Company has it all.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Let's start on the diamond. Maine baseball has really turned it on this spring. They're out to their best America East start ever, and that success is just a byproduct of the winning culture that they've built. Ryan Sudol has the story.
Maine baseball is 9-0 in America East play for the first time ever. But don't talk about that too much.
What we have to be able to do is to go and represent the University of Maine in a regional in June. If we don't do that, all this doesn't matter.
But those win-now conference title expectations were not always the M.O. on Mahaney Diamond. Prior to 2021, the Black Bears went 7 years without a .500 season.
Looking back to where the program was when I first came here my freshman year in 2019 to where we are now, it's a good feeling knowing kind of like the steps that we've took as a team, as a program.
And those steps really started after the 2020 COVID season that wasn't. Getting back on the field that summer lit a fire for the next year.
We were on a bus going to Maryland to play, and the next minute our season was canceled. So I think we all kind of came back in August really with, nothing's guaranteed, nothing's given, and we were here to win everything, and it was real for us.
In 2021, the Black Bears went an even .500, something that head coach Nick Durba says did even more for the squad.
21 season did a lot because we started talking about winning. This baseball team is built on winning in the present tense and in the foreseeable future. It's not about winning once in a while.
And it's become more than just that. Since last year, the Black Bears have won 3/4 of their conference games alone. And it, of course, helps when you enjoy showing up to work.
It's awesome to be up in Orono. It's awesome to be on Mahaney Diamond. It's awesome to be in the clubhouse with those guys, with the coaches, the atmosphere, everything about this place. I got nothing bad to say about it.
This weekend, the Black Bears will visit Binghamton, the number 2 team in the conference. It's their toughest test of the year yet, but don't talk about that too much.
I'm just looking at us being able to play a clean game of baseball. If we can play our game, not worry about the other side, and do what we got to do, I think we'll have a great weekend.
In Orono, I'm Ryan Sudol, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports.
Thanks for that, Ryan. Looking forward to see what they can do this weekend. Let's stay with the University of Maine here. The university announced their 2023 Hall of Fame class, complete with 6 individual inductees and 3 teams. Let's roll them. James, or Jim Boylan, is our first inductee. He was an all-conference guard for the Black Bears and a former head coach of the Chicago Bulls. After being an assistant at several spots in the NBA, he graduated in '87, averaging over 21 points as a game as a senior. Cal Ingram was the leading goal scorer on the 1993 Men's Hockey National Championship team. He was with Paul Correa and Jimmy Montgomery on that top line, and he finished the career in Orono with 159 points in 106 games. Annabelle Hamilton, a field hockey player, she was a 2-time All-American during her time in Orono, one of only 2 Black Bears ever to earn that honor. Back to basketball, the late, great Stacy Porini-Klingon was a 3-time All-Conference player with her name all across Maine's record books. She was a big part of those Maine teams that went to 3 NCAA tournaments during her career. Alexis Solaris is Maine softball's all-time career hits leader, a regional All-American, and was named the America East Softball Player of the Year in 2009. She was All-Conference 4 times, finished her career with a batting average of .366. Anthony Wright was an AP All-American wide receiver in Orono. He's 2nd all-time in career receiving yards, 3rd all-time in receptions, holds the program record for receptions in a season with 88. As for teams, the 1959 basketball team held the best winning percentage in program history. They finished 19-4 in 2nd place in the Yankee Conference behind UConn. The 1951 football team is next. They finished unbeaten with 1 tie, first unbeaten season since 1892. And then a decade later, the 1961 football team is also being inducted. They also finished unbeaten with 1 tie. They're the last team in program history to post an unbeaten season. So congrats to everybody on that list. Let's go to some high school sports now. Thursday is opening day for spring sports. The first countable games, plus Husson softball has their home opener. A lot going on. Let's take a peek at some of that action. In lacrosse, Brewer and Bangor boys, 2 teams with historic springs last year, open up action at Cameron Stadium at 7 p.m. Down in Oakland, Messalonsky girls lacrosse host Kennebunk, and over in Fairfield, Lawrence plays host to Mount Blue. And then Husson softball has a home doubleheader for their first action at O'Keefe this year. They host Plymouth State with Game 1 starting at 3 p.m. Let's go to the ice now for some hockey. I may sound like a broken record here, but with yet another win on Tuesday night, the Boston Bruins set another all-time record. With their 5-2 victory over Washington Tuesday, the Bruins now have 133 points on the season, breaking Montreal's 46-year-old record. Ironically, the Bees will wrap up the regular season Thursday night in Montreal, and then it is on to the playoffs with their first-round matchup set for next Monday. We don't know that opponent yet, but definitely playoff hockey is an exciting time for a team that now has the most regular season wins and points in NHL history.
You can feel it. It's contagious. It's emotional. I don't really know how to explain it. It's just something changes when you're in Boston, and it's that feeling when you're showing up for a game that just doesn't compete with a regular season game. And
it's a great time of year. The weather is getting warmer. It's nice out today. Still playing hockey during this time, and within the next few months too, is always a good sign.
All right, let's stay with some hockey now. The Maine Mariners have clinched the playoffs, and they are playing for seeding now. They've got 2 games left this weekend. They are both at home, hosting Norfolk on Saturday and Sunday. Here's the situation. The Mariners will once again be playing Reading in round 1 of the Kelly Cup playoffs starting next week. The question is which team will have home ice advantage. Right now, the Mariners are a point behind the Royals, and both teams have 2 games to play. So how valuable is home ice? Well, last spring when the Mariners and Royals met, the home team won 5 of the 6 games. So this final stretch is crucial for the Mariners, who are hoping to make a long postseason run.
Yeah, absolutely. And the way our fans have showed up this year has been unbelievable. And I think they're just waiting for playoff hockey. And if there's anybody that deserves home ice, it's our fans for coming out all season.
I have to catch a game and see what all that hype is all about. That's all the time we have for sports, though. We'll be right back after the break.
Tonight's Stock Report is brought to you by Loring Outdoors. We are looking for committed workers to build one-of-a-kind pack baskets. Head on over to loringoutdoors.com.
Welcome to your family fun entertainment center, Movie Rocket Entertainment Galaxy. Movie Rocket has newly renovated cinemas, and the Starcade features all the best video and arcade games around. Movie Rocket, 268 Odland Road in Bangor, and at MovieRocketBangor.com.
This is how
Chevy Silverado and new Silverado HD. Choose your own path with the #1 best-selling retail full-size pickup and see where it takes you. Find new roads. It's Chevy truck season. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups. Or current Chevy owners get $3,750 total cash allowance on all 2023 Silverado pickups with a turbo high-output engine. Visit your main Chevy dealer.
It's time to bring balance to business travel and discover the equilibrium that works for you. At National, you're in control. Skip the counter, choose any car in the aisle, and manage your rental right from the app. So you can mix work with leisure, or leisure with work, giving you the control to find the perfect balance. Go National. Go like a pro.
Let's face it, getting training and experience is hard, but at Loring Job Corps, we can help. From certifications in automotive technology, obtaining your CDL, or learning building trades, we have you covered. Maybe you prefer joining the high-tech world of computer networking or cybersecurity. We have that as well. Don't delay, get in the driver's seat to your future today. And the best part, Loring Job Corps is free. Receive free training, free meals, and even free housing. Call or go to jobcorps.gov/Loring. Job Corps careers begin here.
Hey Red Sox fans, you've got to play You Pick 'em Red Sox at foxbangor.com. Local weekly winners receive prizes from Herman Meadow Golf Club, Penobscot Poorhouse, or The Local. Register now at foxbangor.com. You Pick 'em Red Sox is sponsored by Eddington Store in Eddington, Main Collision Center in Bangor, and Twin City Tile in Brewer. Welcome to your Family Fun Entertainment Center, Movie Rocket Entertainment Galaxy. Movie Rocket has newly renovated cinemas, and the Starcade features all the best video and arcade games around. Movie Rocket, 268 Odland Road in Bangor, and at movierocketbangor.com.
LA Galaxy, LAFC, Sunday on Fox.
If you are in the market to buy or sell a house, you've probably been waiting for the spring market to jumpstart your plans. Well, according to the Greater Bangor Association of Realtors, with the interest rates climbing and a shortage of homes on the market, it is still a better time to buy and sell rather than waiting for another time to make a deal.
If you can find the house, it's a good time. It's always a good time now rather than later. House is always going to cost you more later on. So it is a good time to buy a house. It's a good time to sell a house.
Gary also says that it can be a frustrating time for buyers that have to contend with multiple offers. He says to make it as easy as you can on the sellers by having your paperwork and pre-approvals done. Make competitive offers, and hopefully timing will be on your side.
Maine's electric vehicle charging network is expanding. That announcement made today by Efficiency Maine. 2 new DC fast charging stations are now open to the public in Bangor and Newport. DC fast charging stations will also be installed at Irving oil stations in Presque Isle, Fort Kent, Baileyville, and Van Buren. Maine Department of Transportation's chief engineer, Joyce Taylor, says registrations for electric vehicles in Maine have doubled in the last couple of years.
We have a really large state. You need to be able to gas up, if you will, and get that electricity into your car if you're going to have an EV. And we know they're coming. And we know people will buy them if they feel that they can get from here to there.
Efficiency Maine recently issued a request for proposals to add more chargers across the northern part of the state. Maine is expected to invest more than $27 million into federal funds in the coming years to significantly expand the electric vehicle charging network.
Finally tonight, we are just a couple of days away from one of the most popular outdoor events of the year in this area, the Kenduskeag Extreme Canoe Race. And competitors, well, they are getting ready. Racers were out on the water today practicing their skills and testing out the water levels as well. They tell us actually that the water is coming up a little bit, likely due to snowmelt, which is a good thing for them. The race kicks off at the Kenduskeag Union Church at 10 o'clock Saturday morning to coincide with tidal conditions in the area. That looks like so much fun. Folks say they look forward to this every year.
Well, I think a lot of people, this could be their first time to really be in whitewater. It's a very supportive event. It's well organized. There's a lot of rescue people. So you get people, there's experienced paddlers like Ray, who you're going to meet here in a minute. And then there's people that are just out here for fun. And it's just so fun. It's just a spring rite of passage.
It's a tradition. It's a celebration of spring in Maine and whitewater and rivers. So it's a great thing to be part of. Bring float bags if you're in a canoe or kayak. Lash down any spare gear. Dress warmly in layers, no cotton, and have a good time.
Well, for today and tomorrow, you can still register for the race at the discounted price of $60 online, or you can pay the $75 fee the day of the race.
Looks like so much fun there. Well, a volunteer program is helping Maine seniors reconnect with their communities by serving public schools. Our David Ledford spoke with a 15-year volunteer about what keeps her coming back.
I often compare myself to other friends in my age group, and I think, what do they do with their time all day?
The wisdom and care that grandparents provide is often marked as an important memory in a child's life, but not everyone has a grandparent around to share those experiences. At the Morse Memorial School in Brooks, Maine seniors are helping to make those memories for entire classrooms. The AmeriCorps Senior Foster Grandparent Program, currently implemented in 14 Maine counties, connects those 55 and older with students to serve as mentors and guide them on their academic journey. Longtime foster grandparent Margaret Elliott says the program helps her to make a difference.
The thing that is so rewarding, and I can see why teachers teach, is when children get it. And all of a sudden one day it's all there. And it's so exciting.
While volunteers help to teach the kids, some say the program goes beyond education.
Oh, yeah.
They review schoolwork with children, they read with children, they accompany them when they go to their specials like art or music. Margaret, who has been a volunteer for over 15 years, she reinforces values, and she's just there as that loving, caring presence that is here on a consistent basis.
According to the AmeriCorps website, Maine ranked 4th in the nation for volunteering during the height of the pandemic, with more than 392,000 volunteers contributing 32.6 million hours of service in 2021. Elliott says that her time volunteering, eating lunch, and just playing games with the kids has been as meaningful to her as it has been for the children.
I'm with the children, and I go out of here every day happy. And I don't think you can beat that. It's good medicine.
To learn more about the Foster Grandparent Program and other volunteering opportunities, visit panquist.org. In Brooks, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
That program is a win on so many levels. The kids benefit from those wonderful relationships. And then the volunteers themselves, it gives them something to do. It gives them something very meaningful and fulfilling to do. Getting you out of the house, keeping you active mentally and physically.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Just a great partnership all around. Love to see that.
Indeed. All right, folks, that's all for us. Take care and good night.
Good night, everyone.
For more local news coverage, switch over to our sister station, ABC 7, right now for ABC 7 News at 11.
Up in Smoke Fireworks is family-owned with a huge selection including Brothers and Showtime, Time Bandit, and Black Hat brands. We will share our knowledge with you, then go have a blast. Up in Smoke Fireworks, 173 West Main Street, Searsport.
Come try one of our daily specials at Pat's Pizza in Hamden.
Tuesday, spaghetti or ziti with meatballs or sausage, only $5.50.
Wednesday, large one-topping pizza, only $8.50.
Thursday, get an oven-baked wrap for only $6.
Friday is fish and fries for only $8.
And Saturday, get a small one-item pizza with a fountain soda, only $8.
Bring the family to Pat's Pizza, 662 Main Road, North Hamden.
Hewitt Lift and Rolodoc creates
the strongest, simplest, and most reliable dock system.
With one simple goal:
to get you on the lake
faster and easier than anyone else.
Because at Hewitt,
we build stronger.
After 40 years of quality building, we get it.
Hewitt family builds for your family.